Everything in this video can be found on a public domain, and the full disclaimer is down below.
Welcome back to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. I wish you lots of love and many blessings. Peter, Shosh, and Deborah, I appreciate y'all so much. Hey, y'all, look. Harry and Meghan were just busted going around L.A. in their gas-guzzling Range Rover, saving the overheated planet. Just another reason why I just don't take anything they say seriously at all. It's a moneymaker for them. They have swung from the butt cheeks of climate change for how long now? Real talk, with all the chlorine in their big old pool and they have to flush 16 toilets, it just doesn't seem like they're doing their due diligence when it comes to climate change or saving the planet. Every single time I see these jokers in their private modes of transportation or think about all of the energy their house consumes, I can't help but reflect back to all of those tearful global warming sermons he gave on behalf of travelers. Where's their rickshaw? Where's their solar panels on their roof? Hey, since we're talking about it, where the heck's Archie? I see Doria, I see Harry, I see her. Where's the baby? I personally don't believe there is an Archie. I think that was a scam. If there were, man, she'd be toting him like a Birkin bag. I've said it before in the past. I'll say it again. She loves a camera lens like I love a jar of warm Nutella. Since running away for privacy, they've tried everything in their power to dominate the media, trying to catch all the column inches, the headlines. Just a game, just another one of their lies. A crock of craziness. And for real, what level nut do you have to be to keep this going? Speaking of, I'm fixing to share something with you. It's pretty scary. You know, in the beginning, I used to think that Piers Morgan was a little hurt over her rejection. But now I have realized he's coming from a place of expertise. I never knew until last night when I sat down and watched the whole thing that he did a show called Killer Women. He sits down and researches some of the deadliest lunatic women you've ever seen. There is something in these women that he has seen in Meghan, and that's why he considers her a dangerous narcissist. He's coming from a place of knowledge. I never knew that before yesterday. She's so cruel and insensitive. Listen to this. She's getting a taste of her own medicine right before this sit down with Oprah. A couple of major complaints were filed with Buckingham Palace. And they were filed a couple of years ago, so it's not something new. They're trying to say it's a brand new smear campaign against Meghan. I don't think so. She was well aware of what was going on and when it happened. The hell she put some of her staff through, especially Amy Pickerel. In one of these complaints that was filed, they said that Amy Pickerel was bearing the brunt of every negative thing Meghan had up her sleeve. These people earning their living went through hell and back, but more specifically Amy. She was ridiculed about her weight, the clothing she wore, her style. She didn't want to be seen with her next to her, made her fall behind. She was so disrespectful, jumped in her face, humiliated her, bossed her around, broke her down to tears, would deliberately wake her up at 5:30 in the morning on her time. She would insult her intelligence. She wouldn't speak in a normal tone to this woman. She did everything in her power to make Amy's life a living hell working for her. Amy finally broke down and couldn't take it anymore and had to leave. She did Jason Knopf. I hope I'm saying that right. Just as bad almost. And listen, y'all, when it wasn't going her way with the staff, in her mind, when she felt they weren't taking her seriously or listening, she would bring Harry onto the scene. He was just as bad, if not worse, than she was, if you can imagine. He would scream and raise so much Cain with these people, they would literally be nervous, quivering in their boots, over the fact that he's threatening to pull the plug on their jobs. Oh no. And they're saying he did this on a regular basis, threatening their livelihoods. He wouldn't have threatened me but one good time. I would have been gone with all their secrets. He's never had to make ends meet. He's never had to sweat bills. He's never had to worry about insurance, having your kids' teeth fixed, putting food on the table, a backpack of school supplies when it starts. He has no clue. And to sit there and threaten people that don't even make enough already as it is proves how pathetic a brat he is, even at 40 almost. To dangle somebody's job in front of them after ridiculing them and abusing them and disrespecting them and treating them like they're not even human is so sickening to me. I just can't stand these two people. Do you guys remember the former police officer that gave up her position in the police force to be hired on with Meghan and Harry? She went and was a top-notch security guard for Meghan. Meghan didn't feel like being downtown that day and touring the farmer's market in Fiji. So you know what she did? She had, I guess, Jessica, because she had brought that blowfish along with her. Somebody called in a security breach, and this former officer who was taking her job super seriously with Meghan was trying to whisk her off to safety. And Meghan was laughing and making a joke out of it the entire time. All she wanted to do was get back to Jessica and continue partying, fabricating the entire scenario just to play hooky from her paid royal duties. Her gratitude for her $40 million wedding, I suppose. And this lady found out, the security officer, she found out and she quit on the spot. She walked away. Good for her. And here comes Eugenie and Beatrice having a talk with the Queen. Hey, look, this is what's going on. And that's when the Queen decided she'd best bring old Lord Guyte back into the picture. And she did. He was hired to stay right on Meghan's heels and to report everything back to the Queen. And he fulfilled his duties. And of course it didn't do anything but cause a bigger rift between Harry and the rest of the royals once he figured it out. He was there to protect his princess after all. Since everybody's in a book-writing mood, I really wish these former staff members would come together and write one of their own. And speaking of book writing, little Omid Scobie went and put his foot right back in his mouth again. He better watch himself. It seems like Oprah's going to track him down like a bloodhound after this. He recently came out saying no need to break out the popcorn for the Oprah interview. His implication was that it was going to be quite dull and nothing like we expect. Uh-oh. I'm curious now if Meghan and Harry realize that they've screwed up big time and maybe put him up to saying that. You know it's bad. You know they screwed up when Prince Philip raises up from his sick bed. And as it is, he's completely finished with Harry. He will never have anything to do with him again, and I pretty much believe what he says. Why is it that Meghan can afford a new face, a horse's tail every time we turn around she's wearing a new one, $8,000 gowns and $35,000 worth of jewelry to sit in the backyard with Oprah, but she can't invest in a nice bra? Girl, Meghan, get that scowl off your face and know this. Pregnant women don't have to try as hard as you do. It's a real neat trick putting that belt right underneath your breast line and bunching up your dress under it. I still don't buy it. Did y'all take a real good look at what Harry was wearing? He came out looking like a pauper, not a prince. Y'all, he looked like he'd been working in a coal mine with them shoes on. Them black socks that didn't even go over the ankles, and that suit that was 2 sizes too small. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't be sitting there crying over a lost title. I'd be sitting there crying to Granny about a new wardrobe. Seems like the Queen's back in the game, y'all, and I'm interested in those diaries. Waiting on those to be put out. I hope you're having a real good day today, and I thank you for watching. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all please stay safe and be blessed.